Okay, so now we're in part 8 of Stay Tuned for Danger, Nancy Drew Detective Game. Now, what we just did was we went over to Dwayne Powers' agency to get hired and then eventually get back into the studio since we got kicked out. So that's what we're gonna go do. So we're gonna head on out. So if you are leaving Dwayne Powers' suite, click the back arrows and then head on out there. Okay, now we're gonna go back to Broadway.
Taxi!
Where can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway, please.
Okay, nothing has changed in the lobby from one day to the other, but we do need to speak to the security in order to get in.
Can I help you?
Hi, I've been hired as an extra by the Powers Agency.
Here you are. You'll need to sign for it. You'll need to come to this desk every time you enter so I can log you in. Thank you, and good luck.
Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to we're gonna go talk to the director because she kicked us out. So now we need to hey, you kicked us out. I'm back. What are you gonna do about it? You know that I work here now, right? Respect. Okay, so let's go talk to her.
Ah, I see Maddie's friend is now working as an extra for us. So, are you trying to get discovered, or are you just hard up for a job?
I'm working with Dwayne Powers' agency. I heard he's a really good agent.
Oh, please. Don't get your hopes up too high. It's not like you're working for commercial artists or Edison Talent. We use Dwayne whenever we need someone right away, usually extras or gophers. If we really need talent, we call someone else.
I thought you might be interested to know that I found a light clamp on the set. It looked as if it had been sawed off. That was no accident on the set. It was a deliberate attempt on Rick's life.
Well, it looks like we've got ourselves a little Miss Sherlock Holmes on the set. Look, we didn't hire you to play junior detective, so don't be sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, okay?
Well, I'll let you get back to your business.
Bye-bye.
Okay, first of all, yeah, an itch with a capital B. And second of all, you know how I told you need to look at that little clamp underneath the tea table on the set? It was for that, to inactivate that. So that was very good to make sure that you look at that clamp because you do inactivate that, and you kind of get some information about that. The way what she responds is, what her response is. And kind of like her whole attitude about that. She mocks you. Oh, look at you. Our own little Sherlock Holmes. Like, she doesn't care. She does not care at all. And, she's probably not gonna like that. Someone's snooping around. Okay, once you're done with the director, let's head over to the prop room. Okay, now this video is going to be the director and the prop room, and then that's it. Okay, because the prop room does have a lot that we're going to go through. And the prop room is here. Notice how there's a doorknob now. So whenever you see that there's this doorknob is here, it means that there's someone in this prop room.
It's open! Yes, my dear.
Okay. Doesn't she look familiar? Well, once you walk into the studio, we see that huge portrait of her. She is the owner.
I need to get something for Maddie from the prop room.
I see. Well, I don't just let anyone enter my prop room without showing me that they're clever enough to take on the responsibility. Listen to my riddle, and when you know the correct answer, I'll let you in. The more you make, the more you leave behind.
The more you make, the more you leave behind. I had no idea what this was, honestly. I think I had to ask my boyfriend for help, but the answer is money.
Oh, that was pretty easy. Let's try another one. What has 4 fingers and a thumb, but is not alive?
Oh my gosh, honestly, I didn't know this one either. But the answer is gloves.
Very good.
Very simple.
Let's see if you can answer one more. What is full of holes but holds water?
What is full of holes but holds water? Well, sponge.
That's it. I have stumped many people with my riddles, but you are quite the sleuth. You may go and enter the prop room now, while I go and unpowder my nose.
Unpowder? I've never heard of that. Unpowdered. Okay. There is a lot in this prop room. Okay, we have this area to come look at. We have a poster here. We have an area over here. We have an area over here. We have another area. Then we have the desk. And another area. And then this area. So we have a lot. So let's go like this and then move around the room. So we're going to start with this area here. Sorry about that. So when you look at this area, and you start hovering over things, you see that this left side has flashes red, the middle flashes red, and then the right also flashes red. So let's start off with the left. Okay, and we start off, this little box here does turn red, but nothing else does, so let's click on it. Okay, and it looks like a box of jewelry. Nothing more. And that's it. There's nothing. This clue isn't really anything, so let's move on. Then we have this middle section here, and this jukebox turns red. And that's it. So there's nothing important with the jukebox. Then we have this right section that turns red. Let's click on it. And nothing turns red. So we have completed this area here. So now we're going to move over, and we have this little poster or notice. Worldwide Broadcasting Prop Room Policies Memo. You can go ahead and read that, but it doesn't really pertain to the case. But always look at things. Okay, just because I'm telling you here, like, oh, it's not a big deal, doesn't mean, like, don't look at them. Look at them, interact with it, because there are some times where you need to look at everything in order to continue going forward. Okay, now we have this area over here. Let's click here. We have here, and we have here, we have here. So let's click right here. Just showing you that upstairs it's broken and you can't go over there. And that's all that it is. Okay, now let's go back. Now let's go over here. Now if we go over here, we can click here. And we have a map. Now click on the map. So when you click on the map, it's like a regular map, right? But we do see some letters that form a frame around the map. Now, so go ahead and read that. So it says, when gates are locked and paths are blocked, then look for other ways. The answer lies beneath your eyes. That to this perplexing maze. Okay, that right there, it took me a really long time to see that this is an M, and it's maze. Okay, so what does this mean? When gates are locked and paths are blocked, then look for another way. The answers are beneath your eyes to this perplexing maze. Okay, so what's another word for a map? Maze. The answers are beneath your eyes. So beneath the map. So we exit out, and do we see anything that might have a red? This corner right here. As you can see here, there's something red here. So we're going to click on it, and now we have some pliers. And you will need these pliers, so you have to get them. Now if we move over to the right just a little bit, this piano lights up, and so does this moose. So let's click on the moose, and that's it. Nothing more about the moose. Let's click on the piano, the music, and then here we go. To be quite honest, I think this is just a decoy. There's nothing you really need to figure out about this clue. So read it, move on. Okay. Alright. Alright, so now we're gonna click on this chest. Click on the lock, open the flap, then click above the flap. If you click on the flap again, it's gonna lock it. And then now click on this little starry thing. Message. Okay, you can go ahead and read the message. Move the rings over one by one. Your moves can always be undone. Smaller ones must go first. Large over smaller is an instant curse. Move the rings to another side. With success, the key will unhide. Alright. So, basically we need to move this to another one of these. Either this one or this one, but they all have to move. And only small ones can go on top of larger ones. The large cannot go on top of a smaller one. So here we go. I'm going to move this here. And then move this here. And then now I can move this here and open up a new spot. And we're going to keep doing that until everything is moved. Voila! Now, what does this look like to you? Does it look like a key, or does it look like something else? At first I thought it was a key, so if you thought it was a key, I mean, no, you're not dumb, okay? Because I thought so too, unless I'm dumb. So, this is actually the small hand to the clock. So we are going to end up going back to that set to put that small hand in. Alright. Okay. Now if we look over here, we have this box of doorknobs. What did I tell you? If you can find a doorknob, what to do? Get it. Because remember, that doorknob won't be on the prop room, and you might need to come back to the prop room. Okay, now we're going to head over here. There's a left, a middle, and a right. Let's start off with the left. And we have this clock. When we hit it, nothing happens, but this happens. And it's a crossword puzzle. But there's no need to kind of figure this out. It's more of a decoy and kind of waste your time. So feel free to figure out what these words are if you like, but you don't really need to. Okay, now we're going to the middle. In the middle, this little birdhouse and this scuba helmet turns red. Okay, let's click on the scuba. Nothing, nothing. And the birdhouse. Nothing, nothing. Alright. Now over to the right side. We have this that lights up. This that lights up. So let's click on the little gargoyle. Nothing happens. You can't collect those keys. And now let's click on this little thing here. And it looks like it's some kind of folder. And when you open it, you have these portraits. And that's it. And there's nothing of relevance to the case for this. So we'll go ahead and put that back. And now we're done with that area. Okay, now we can come over here and we have this little bagpipe. And right here it glows red. And that's all it does. No importance to it. Okay, moving over. Now we have the desk. Let's go over to the desk. Okay, hovering over. Nothing with the shelves. The binder lights up. The typewriter lights up. Nothing with these shelves and nothing with the doors. Let's click on the binder. Alright. Okay. So when you click on the binder and you open it up, we have this weird looking number situation. We have this that lights up, this little paper that lights up, and this corner that lights up. So before we look at this, let's look on this side. Okay? So let's zoom in on this logbook. And it has some props and everything has been turned in except this camera and whatever that is there. But this really isn't relevant to the case, so we can back out of that. And we have this little note here and it says prop room missing items. Now take a look at this. Fake beard and mustache. This has an asterisk next to it. Then we have some smeared gum adhesive. We have some maracas, 3D glasses, an alarm clock, hacksaw, letter opener, and a tape recorder. Okay, so hacksaw. Wasn't the clamp sawed through? Okay. So just remember this list. Oh, we found those 3D glasses. We have them. Okay, so remember this list because it is important. But notice how this little asterisk has a side note that's circled. And it says, see the email about this. So there's going to be an email about this particular situation of the fake beard and mustache. And that's it. Now you can leave. And now let's go to the upper corner here. Now when you click on the upper corner, it highlights again, so click on it again. And we have Millie, WWB 1958. Write this down, this will be important. Okay. Now that we're done with that side, now let's move over to this over here. Now notice how these numbers, they don't exceed past 26, or actually past 20. Oh no, past 23. Okay, so sorry, my cats. So what can that tell you? Well, how many letters are in the alphabet? There's 26 letters. So this could mean that this code is the number of the letter. So A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so far and so far. So you can go ahead and do that if you'd like, and figure that out on your own. But if you do not want to figure that out on your own, I do have the answer. And the answer is, drumroll, okay. Many pages come before this in the logbook with a clue, but nothing comes after this unless it's written on the glue. So I think that right there kind of helps you with, I mean, to be quite honest, I mean, if you're not like a genius, I don't know how you, what information you get from that, because I didn't really, know what that meant. But from what I looked up, yes, I looked up stuff. It's, I guess, talking about this right here. It's written on the glue. So yeah, that's why it's very, very important. Very important. Okay. And that's it with the binder. We can back out of there. And now we're going to go and hit this typewriter. So if we click on the buttons here, we have some fogged out, we have some used keys that kind of look odd. Okay, now let's go back out. And then now let's click on this little thing here.
The typewriter drops its Y.
What? What was that? The typewriter drops its Y. What did we find out about those letters? The Y was dropped. So this typewriter was used to send these threatening notes to Rory. So the magazine cutouts was used. Magazines from the lobby was used, right? We have, and now we just found a typewriter. So obviously someone that works here is using this stuff. So we're getting pretty close. Well, not close, but we're starting to, maybe the person who's sending these threats works at the studio. And that's it. So now we can get out of there, and now let's head over here. Bless you. We have a left, a middle, and a right. So let's go over to the left. We have a snow globe. Nothing about it. Keep on moving. We have my diary. This is about some sailor. You can go ahead and read it if you like, but it's not relevant to the case. And then we have this oil can. Adds into your inventory, scary spider, and that's it. And we can move on to the middle area. This little dragon lights up, and nothing more to that, so we can exit out. And then right side, we don't see anything that's being active, so we can exit out. And let's move over to the side here. You can click here on the gate. That will allow you to see this area, but if you'd like, you can go ahead and look at the gate real quick. Nothing lights up. It is locked, and you cannot unlock it. So, then we have this spike. We have a left and a middle. Go ahead and click on that. And we have a right, but the right does not turn red. So it's just a middle and a left. So let's look at the left. We have this mailbox here that lights up. Click on that. And then click on this. Okay. Now this letter here is about some foundation that accepts donations to do an auction, and they're just kind of like asking what they're gonna donate, and here's some suggestions if they needed any help, and that's it. Nothing more, not really relevant. Now the middle. All we have from the middle is this fireman outfit. helmet. That says STFD, stay tuned for danger. but that's it, nothing more. So it's not relevant. Okay, and that's it. And that was it. That's all that you will see in the prop room. So that's it. That's all that's in the prop room. What you want to make sure that you do is, so the doorknob, the oil can, the pliers, the play the game so that you can get the clock hand. And everything else, oh, you also need to find that password that's in the logbook, and you need to look at that typewriter and look at the note on the typewriter to get Nancy to say the typewriter that drops its Y. You need to do all of that. Everything else is kind of it's not relevant to the case. Okay, so that concludes our part 8 of Staying Tuned for Danger, the Nancy Drew detective game, and you will see me next on part 9, where we are going to move on to back to the set. So before we talk to Maddie or Rory again, we're going to go back to the set. And and that's it. If you like this video, comment, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff, you know. Send me some love, and we'll see you there. Bye.